This tournament has a little bit of everything. Fan favorites, hometown heroes, and guys who can shoot really low scores, making the next 2 days here at Enjoy very interesting. You may think we're playing chess and I'm the queen of Watkins Glen, but this is Victory Lane. This is where the drivers are trying to be after the race on Sunday. It's a move that's about a year in the making, and now it's official. The Binghamton Devils will call the arena home next season. This is not your average competition. Tommy was born with one arm, so both he and the pros are using one arm to chip the ball about 55 yards. This might look like a lot of blocks. It's nowhere near the 231 that James has in her career. Hey Mark, we're here at the Event Center. BU getting ready to play Vermont. Tommy, your team has lost 4 in a row. How are you staying positive? What are some of the Spartan superstitions? Obviously, the pregame meal is the same every week. Head coach Matt Gallagher stops here at Best Bagels in town and orders an egg and cheese on a sesame bagel, but that's just the beginning.
Is there more chicken in that bucket?
Honestly, I'm not even upset about
Yes.
it. Honestly, I'm not. It's honestly,
2 buckets of chicken, a bucket of chicken tenders, 5 things of mac and cheese and mashed potatoes with gravy. It's what fuels the Blue Devils' offensive line.
It's a blast. It gets us through those sprints and definitely gets us through some of the longer Tuesday practices.
KFC has been the Tuesday tradition at Shenango Forks since 2014.
Is there any more mac and cheese left, or are we already out?
We've been out.
Yeah, we're out.
When the running back reaches his weekly goals, he rewards the line with dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a group that Coach Dave Hogan says usually doesn't get any glory.
They don't ever want the guy that they're supposed to block make the tackle. And so, they take a lot of pride in that. They work hard. They talk about these things outside of practice as well. And I think that helps too.
The Blue Devils' rushing attack has over 4,000 yards, more than 450 per game.
Really just got to be kind of nasty. I mean, you just got to want to put your head in there.
And 48 touchdowns behind the O-line.
Finish kids, and you got to be smart too.
Just like they finished their fried chicken.
Is there finger-licking sauce down there?
No.
Shredding defenses to the bone. In Shenango Forks, Trish Kilgannon, Spectrum News. They say defense wins championships.
Don't let them score, then they can't play with us.
And for Vestal coach Bill Stepanovsky, his defense has helped his teams win 16 sectional titles. But the emphasis on defense came out of necessity.
My first year of girls soccer, we were without 2 of our top scorers. So we said, we can't let anybody score. And we ended up going undefeated with a number of ties. It seemed to work, saying, wow, if they don't score, we can't lose.
That was 19 seasons ago. And now, Stepo, as he's known, is 1 shutout shy of 250 for his career.
He kind of deserves it, he's done so much for us. It'd be nice for us to do something for him.
So, what's the recipe for a strong backfield?
I mean, there's really no secret. Just hard work, stay organized in the back, and as long as we play together, just no one will score on us.
Definitely being strong in the back and a lot of communication, especially from our sweeper.
That strong backfield creates opportunities on the other end of the field.
It's like a weight off your shoulders sometimes because you know that they always have your back. So if you do want to try something new, like near the goal, and you lose it, your defense will get it back for you. So it's a lot more freedom and just easier to run with it.
Even with so many zeros on the scoreboard, Stepo and the Golden Bears are still shut out from one of their biggest goals.
They can't take it away from you. I would trade most of those in for a state title, though, in saying that. But the kids wear this. They take pride in it as well.
Last year, Vestal's season ended in the regional final. And this year, the Golden Bears are focused on capturing that elusive state championship. In Vestal, Trish Kilgannon, Spectrum News. The Saints are marching.
So exciting, especially for Ava and I, our senior class. With these boys, we've grew up together.
The Seton girls are looking to win back-to-back state titles, and the boys head to the Final Four, having won 15 straight games.
It's cool because we're all friends, we're all classmates, and we're all fired up because I know obviously us guys have been dreaming about it, but the girls have also been dreaming about it too.
A dream that started at least 8 years ago when these Saints played on one team.
We played on the boys team. I played on the boys team in 4th grade. Like, they've been my best friends, and we all just have like a really special bond.
And it's that Junior Saints program that cultivates a pipeline of talent for the high school squads.
I see a group of little girls in the stands cheering for these guys every game, and it's fun to watch because I know those girls are thinking, I want to be Hannah Strawn one day, I want to be Ava McCann, I want to be Julia Hauer.
And it's not just the players. Coaches Chris Sinicki and Colleen Jane have patrolled the sidelines on Seminary Avenue for decades.
I think all of us can say we give all of our credit to the coaching staff. I mean, they give a game plan and they want you to follow it, and we just do what they say, and you know, it usually works out.
And as both teams continue their runs to another banner, they have the community behind them.
It sounds maybe cliche, but I think a sense of family, belonging. I've had a lot of players over the past 5 or 6 days send me text messages, and I think we're still winning for them as well as winning for the current crop of players.
Both teams play in the state Final Four on Friday. The boys play Health Sciences Charter in the arena at 5, and the girls up at Hudson Valley Community College, they take on Jamesville DeWitt at 6:15. In Binghamton, Trish Kilgannon, Spectrum News. Maine Endwell spends a week preparing for each opponent.
It's really a culture here to be on the football team, and everyone takes it really seriously, and they know that, you know, when you come here, everything's got to be right, from how you work out to how you practice to, you know, how you prepare for a game, and rituals are just kind of part of preparing for a game. Then on game day, they add a little luck.
You know, we wear the same stuff every week, jeans and a coaching shirt. It's usually the year before his coaching shirt, so you know, it's kind of weird, it's superstitious.
So what are some of the Spartan superstitions? Obviously, the pregame meal is the same every week. Head coach Matt Gallagher stops here at Best Bagels in town and orders an egg and cheese on a sesame bagel, but that's just the beginning.
Food-wise, it's definitely going to S&M Deli. Coach Beers picks up some subs for us, and I always get the chicken parm sub.
Little things, like if I did that before, I'll do that again. Like if I walked that stairwell, I'm gonna walk that stairwell.
On home games, I get Core Life before I come. I make sure I got the same socks on, and I make sure I got all my sheets printed out, and then I'm ready to go.
I get a phone call from it used to be from my mom every day before our game, but since she's passed now, my older sister takes over the reins.
It's very hard to keep up with the rituals, but they're there. The mojo is a very tough thing to keep going.
And for the undefeated Spartans,
if you win, then you replicate what you did the first game for every game moving forward. And if you lose, then you got a chance to start over, and the next game you do something different and see what works.
It very much monopolizes my life during football season.
They believe the superstitions are working.
And I'm not a freak.
In Endwell, Trish Kilgannon, Spectrum News. Hi everyone, I'm Trish Kilgannon. Welcome to sports. The final days of Orange training camp are here. Soon, Dino Babers and his team will start preparing for the season opener at Western Michigan.
Orange Empire, presented by NYCM Insurance.
And for the longest time, the question of whom would be under center had an easy answer. But with Babers earlier this week saying he wouldn't announce who that is, the speculation started to rise. Though when our own Air Columbia posed the question to Dungey earlier today, the 3-year starter shrugged it off.
The big to-do this week is who's going to be the starting quarterback. I know you can't give me who's going to be the starting quarterback, but are you expecting to take the field against Western Michigan?
I mean, I'll just let you think about that, 3-year starter.
Is healthy competition good for this group?
Definitely. It's very healthy. All we do is get better. We just push each other.
Most of us are assuming if for some reason Dungey doesn't start next Friday, it'll be the heir apparent Tommy DeVito getting the nod in his collegiate debut. DeVito, an unknown quality after redshirting last season, could give the Broncos defensive planners something else to think about. Our sports director, Mark Larson, asked Coach Babers about his plans for playing his new quarterback prodigy this season and about Tommy's potential.
Tommy's good. Tommy's really good. We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see how it all works out. I think that the cool thing is all 5 of those guys have a relationship, and even though they're competitive, and although they all want to be the guy, I don't think it's one of those things that's dividing the room.
The Orange wrap up training camp tomorrow. The opener at Western Michigan is next Friday at 6. The Doubledays fighting for first with Mahoning Valley. Auburn up 5-1, looking for more in the third. Carson Shaddy ropes one into left, but he's robbed by Mike Tinsley. Early on, the D-Days bullpen doing their job. First, it's Gilberto Chu getting the strikeout. Then Angel Guillen gets another scrapper to go down via the punch-out, but the pen gives up 7 runs after the 7th inning. Mahoning Valley takes down Auburn 9-6 in 10 innings. The D-Days now a game and a half out of first place behind the Scrappers.